Welcome to the fourth video in the Chart of Accounts Product Setup series. In this Build Me session, we will discuss the second consideration when building your chart of accounts: product lines. In Evasys, product lines are used to group your items into high-level categories such as barbecues, parts, chemicals, spas, and labor. This categorization enables you to easily search and report on items. Evasys recommends keeping your product lines as simple as possible while still allowing for flexibility in reporting, marketing, and financial reporting. A thorough understanding of how product lines should be organized will allow you to better understand how information flows to the financials. Like the Chart of Accounts tree, product lines are organized into a hierarchy of folders called the inventory tree. The product line should be the highest level at which you want to view data about your items, but also the most logical starting point when searching for an item. Let's use barbecues as an example. Let's say we sell Traeger grills and Big Green eggs. We would not recommend creating one product line for each of these brands. Instead, you should create one product line called barbecues. Your sub-departments would then be Traeger and Big Green Egg. Evasys typically does not recommend including the manufacturer in the name of your highest level product line. Instead, it should be generic, like chemicals, grills, or spas. The only time you should use the manufacturer in your product line name is if you plan to market to customers differently based on their interest in a specific brand. If you expect to run completely different sales campaigns for customers based on their interest in a Traeger grill versus a Big Green Egg barbecue, then you may want to consider being more detailed in your product line hierarchy. This can be discussed in more detail with your project manager. For now, let's move on to how product lines affect revenue, cost of goods sold, and physical count adjustment postings in Evasys. Product lines are used not only for searching and reporting options, but they also control which general ledger posting accounts are used when items are sold, returned, or adjusted in a physical count. While you may not be ready to complete your product line setup right now, it is useful to know how the posting works so you're ready to create the detailed posting accounts when the time comes. Here is an example of one product line setup. As you can see, there are 4 default accounts: sales, cost of goods sold, returns, and physical count. When an item is sold, the revenue is posted to the default sales account, and the unit cost is posted to the default cost of goods sold account for the item's product line. When an item is returned, the contra revenue is posted to the product line's default returns account. When an item is added or subtracted from inventory in a physical count, the expense is posted to the product line's physical count default account. You can choose to have the same default accounts on multiple product lines, or each product line can have unique default accounts. For example, you'll notice the parts product line is set up to post revenue to 51160, sales parts, and the water care product line is set up to post to 51108, sales chemicals. You could choose to set up your product lines this way, or have both product lines set up to post to a general sales account, such as 50000 sales. Evasys is so flexible that you can even change the posting accounts on your product line subdepartments. For example, in the product line called Water Care, I have 2 subdepartments, one called Water Care Pools and another called Water Care Spas. With this setup, I can have my pool chemicals and spa chemicals each post to separate revenue and cost of goods sold accounts, so that on the income statement I can quickly see what our sales were for pool chemicals and spa chemicals. Evasys would recommend that each parent category have its own sales and cost of goods sold account. This makes it handy to review the income statement and quickly identify your revenue, cost, and profit per product line. However, this decision is ultimately up to your business. There are other reports in Evasys aside from the income statement you can run to view sales, cost, and profitability by product line, such as the Evasys Money Tree. There are several situations where an item, such as a filter or chemical, is sold over the counter in a retail store, but can also be used during a service call or on a construction job. The same item may also be stocked in more than one retail location or available from multiple vendors. There is no need to recreate that part number or product line for each revenue center, physical store, or vendor. The item will always post according to the product line defaults, and the store tagged on the transaction will control which store records the revenue, incurs the cost, etc. You have completed the 4th session in the Chart of Accounts Build Me series. Evasys recommends you finish all sessions within the series before accessing the Product Setup tool. Once the Chart of Accounts series is completed, please access the Product Setup tool to complete the necessary setup in your database.